So hey guys, today we're going to be talking about a really dumb deck out idea I kind of just thought up of, well, a little while ago. So it's not going to be like universally applicable, but basic idea here is that we're going to have Genex, ally Birdman, and he's just going to be in our hand for whatever reason. And we're going to also have, let's say, Kishtiria Unicorn, okay? So both of these guys being in our hand at the same time, already not that likely. I'm not even sure if we can search Genex ally Birdman just like generically. No, I don't think so, right? Wait, when this card is normal or special summon, you can special summon a Genex from hand. Nope. One of these guys has to search, right? Power Planner. Good enough. So I mean, kinda works, but I wouldn't be like a super big fan of this one. But alright, let's assume the following is true. I special summon Kishtiria Unicorn, and my opponent gets a little bit tilted, and they just go, alright, I guess I'll maybe Max E. But let's assume they don't. Alright, it doesn't really matter. Let's assume they do have Max E though. So we're going to then activate Genex ally Birdman after resolving Kishtiria Unicorn, and we're going to do Genex ally Birdman targeting Kishtiria Unicorn. And here you might be thinking, but why? Well, because our opponent is going to then chain Max E, right? So it's going to go chain 1, Birdman, chain 2, Max E, and then we're going to chain 3, Crossout Designator. And you might be thinking, okay, so what's the point of this? Well, we can activate the effective Crossout Designator now, and we're not going to declare Max E. No. That would be just too small brain. What we're going to do here is we're going to be able to banish one of that declared card from your main deck, and if you do, negate its effects, as well as the activated effects and effects on the field of cards with the same original name until the end of this turn. So that means we can negate Genex ally Birdman. And why does this matter? Because Genex ally Birdman, effect here, you can return one face of monster you control to the hand. This is a cost. The effect is to special summon this card from your hand, but banish Genex ally Birdman when it leaves the field. And it also would gain 500 attack from returning a Unicorn because it's a wind. But not important. So what we can actually end up doing now, we're going to go under the assumption that our opponent does not have either Nibiru or Droll. Now, they can get decked out from that Max E. We just go special summon Unicorn, activate Birdman. Special summon Unicorn, activate Birdman. There's no once per turn on this. There's no once per turn on this either. Just summon back and forth, summon, return, summon, return, summon, return, summon, return. And also, if we actually start with the Power Planner, we can just return the Power Planner to the hand as well. Because, once again, no once per turn at all. So, Birdman effect, just return all of our monsters to the hand, summon them over and over again. Easy W. And what's really intriguing about this is that these effects, you can't even Gamma this. So, with Gamma, the effect of Gamma states, we'll go over here, negate that activation, and if you do that, destroy that monster. So, wait, does this work? Wait, negate the activation? The effect is negated by crossout. Does this work or no? Negate its effects as well as the activated effects and effects on the field. Cards with the same original name until the end of this turn. I'm not even sure anymore. Can you negate the activation of a card that's already negated? Don't really recall, but maybe if you chain to Genex ally Birdman, would work. Maybe, but who's running Galma anyways? So yeah, anyways, just deck them out with Genex ally Birdman plus Kishtiria Unicorn. Easy game, easy life. And that's just something I just thought up off just out of nowhere, really. So Genex ally Birdman could maybe be used for some degenerate things. I was thinking about that just a bit. So there was an FTK at one point I don't remember what it was called. It was probably called the Birdman FTK, where you use Gallus with Birdman and Quakey Mary Doom, which negates Birdman's effect in the hand. So by doing that, we can just perpetually return Gallus and have Gallus mill to burn, and then that would just be game. So that was kind of the strategy here. And actually, is this doable in some events? If I just run like Sangan and Witch, could I just do this? Gotta think about that for later then. If we get another like time travel event. But alright, anyways. What other applications could we possibly have for Birdman in the modern day? So if we're able to return a monster to the hand, do we care if we special summon Birdman, or would it be better if we just returned the monster and didn't summon Birdman? I'm not 100% sure. What would be really useful here to return? But we can return monsters, so it's just, is it worth abusing? Is there anything worth utilizing with Birdman in this way? If we have like a second normal summon, it might be kind of worth it for some cards. Otherwise, probably not that much. If we have something that we could trigger or use later, it wouldn't be bad either, actually. So, for example, if we have the Snake Eye cards, it's probably not that bad, right? We could go, like, it wouldn't be the best thing in the world. It's not like life-changing, but let's say we start off with Snake Eye Ash in our combo, then we do Snake Eye Ash, summon Poplars, special summon Oak, Oak summon Flambridge, and also Oak will summon back the Snake Eye Ash, and then we tag out the Snake Eye Ash with the Genex ally Birdman, and we actually do still have the two bodies, because we have Poplar plus Oak here, so we can still do the rest of the Snake Eye combo, linking off the Birdman, but in this case we'll have Snake Eye Ash for next turn, and we can also do Snake Eye Oak to add back Poplar for the next turn as well. Just for example, that's not like life-changing. Maybe there's something more dastardly we could do. But actually, now that I think about that, this is level 3 and this is level 7, so this already makes like Baron and Chenging if we do pair the two together somehow. It's just like we need a decent card to return, and like Unicorn's like not something I would want to return for Genex ally Birdman in particular, so it would be something else, I guess. Oh, what if we could pair this with like a pen summon, and we have something that triggers multiple times, then on summon, that would probably work. If there were, well, if there was something worth doing this with. I guess for now, it's probably still mostly like danger monsters, probably, I guess. Or maybe we could do something like Dark Refer or Armageddonite and kind of loop them. That's not like fully bad either. I haven't really worked out like all the things we can do with Genex ally Birdman right now. Gallus is just okay if you have like a really monster heavy deck, I suppose. Just doing the burn damage on this is actually not that bad. It's just mostly the issue of getting this guy into your hand. This is not as problematic because you do have Fire Planner at least, I guess. So what can we do here? Return for cost. Special summon, level 3 tuner. Oh, wait a second. Ah, there's some synergy here. If we open specifically King Sarcophagus and we get the Imseti, we can actually bounce Imseti to the hand and also use Imseti's effect, like hand effect. Are there any other cards where it would be worth doing this? Where we could put a guy in hand and then resolve like a hand effect like Imseti? Or is Imseti the only one? Like it can't be the only one, surely, right? Punk cards, there's like nothing you can really do with this, I don't think. This also does happen to be a level 3 tutor, which is kind of fun though. What else do we possibly have here? This is a dark machine, so not really sure if that's really helpful. I guess we could pair this with Visuals to make Psychic and Punisher actually. Use Lubellion's an 8, and then there's also potential of making 9. So maybe potential Trishula play? Who knows? But yeah. If we use Genex Birdman to return like Visual Magma, and then we can then banish Birdman whenever we do the Synchro Summon, allowing us to then Vigor Banded Regain for a draw. Wait, that actually doesn't sound so bad, right? And this recycles your Visuals is just only so-so in this current meta, because if we did overcommit with like Visuals to an extent, there's the threat of your opponent just like, or a lot of your opponents in this case, just swapping off of light and dark decks, and then your Visuals don't get as much mileage, depending on exactly what we're playing. But Visuals probably cook with Genex Birdman, and returning for a cost is pretty insane, right? So special summon Magnemite adds Lubellion. Lubellion adds like I don't know, Drizzworm. Genex Birdman returning Magnemite. Special summoning both Magnemite, Drizzworm again on a falling turn, and then Lubellion effect, place Bandit Regained, and then we tag out, or not tag out, we make Psychic and Punisher with Lubellion Birdman, and then we can just get the draw off of Regained and maybe go for game with the Psychic and Punisher, depending on what we're playing exactly, or we can just do something with it. I guess there must be something useful you can do with Psychic and Punisher, just surely, right? Genex Birdman is just, it's been at 3 for a long ass time, actually. It's been like at 3 for a year, and I haven't seen it played like a single time. But I feel like it has like some potential somewhere for sure with an effect like this. And even if we open multiple, it's not that bad, because we could bounce out back multiple Visuals. Even more annoying actually is if we made it so that Genex Birdman is going to be able, if we could return that to the hand actually as well, the Genex Birdman, and have Genex Birdman not be banished, that would be kind of cooking as well. Imagine this doesn't get banished, we're able to return this to hand somehow. Then we're able to maybe like completely cook our opponent with like a really dumb grind game. There's that potential, but okay, that's probably like way too far. But being able to return potentially like hand traps, that's pretty cooking. There's also, I guess, like some cards technically where their effect, we could use them again, because maybe they like tribute for cost or something. So you would have to like, for example, a D-Lotus, you would have to like negate D-Lotus with like an imperm before I actually resolve the effect. That's also like interesting to think about a little bit. I guess with Blue Eyes, could we do anything with this? Probably not, because we need to get the field spell, so we can't like convert this into the Link one, I believe, right? Yeah. So what else can we do? What else can we hook up with Genex Birdman? If we pair with Crossout, is there anything we can really do that's funny? Like even if it's not like actually game winning? I guess there's like alternative FTK we could do. It's just not that great, I don't think. If we have Crossout on Genex Birdman, we should be able to do the Trickstar FTK with this, right? Maybe? No, I think a card actually has to be destroyed for this. Never mind, I don't think it works. Does it? Probably not. Where is this Link monster? What was this called again? Like Cat Bat or something? Each time a monster this card points to is destroyed by Valor card effect and sent to the graveyard. Nope, doesn't work. Okay then. What else could we do here? I guess This is a dark monster, so maybe if we had like a light 7. Is there a deck that would just put randomly a light 7 onto the field? If there was, we could make a Chaos Angel with light and dark. I don't remember if there was any easy way to do that. Specifically with the Fiendsmith cards. Oh wait, Fiendsmith. Oh, right. Ah, with the Fiendsmith cards, we can just use this to return Engraver to the hand whenever we special summon it. And then we can just grab Tract. And also, if we have like Necrosleep Princess, we can do this, right? Then we can resolve Engraver effect to get a draw, I guess. Well, that's something. But I can't remember like literally everything that's a decent target for Birdman now. Well, not that it's being considered or used at all, but you know, I thought it'd be at least a little interesting. I don't think there's like anything you can loop per se right now that you couldn't have like looped before. But yeah, wait. Is this hard ones per turn? You can only special summon Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon hard ones per turn. Well, how unfortunate. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.